Good afternoon, everybody. It's Coach David here again. Welcome to another lunchtime stretch. I've picked a sequence of stretches today, which I think are going to be a really nice combination. I've particularly focused on stretches that will be beneficial if you are doing a bit of cycling at the moment. Many of you will have noticed that one of our coaches, Rory, has got a virtual cycling club on the Facebook site. So there's been some good connections on there and some good content. I urge you to have a look if you're considering how you can get out and make the most of your 1 hour outdoor exercise and get a few miles under your belt. Maybe time to dig out that old bike. Now, these stretches are going to be really good if you are spending a lot of time in that hunched over cycling position. Maybe you don't have a drop handlebar bike, but you could still be leaning forward a little bit more than usual. Equally, that position is going to be pretty is going to be very familiar if you are typing at home or spending a lot of time on screens. So this is going to be great for anyone that sat at a desk as well, or even just sat at a standard chair, not your regular office chair that you might be used to. So we've got 4 exercises. We're going to do 3 rounds of them. Should hopefully take no more than about 15 minutes. So have a little bit of a break from work. Work up a nice bit of mobility while we're doing it. So the first of the exercises we're going to go for is thumbs out. Now, you can do this in a kneeling position. You could be doing it stood up, but you'll miss my head if I stand up. So what we're going to do is sit upright with the chest up nice and high, and we're just simply going to turn and open the chest out by rotating the arms and turning the thumbs out as far back as we can. So 10 reps of these. Now this is one that's familiar to people who've done the warm-up at the gyms, and it's coming through nice and opening up those shoulders. So what you'll notice here as well is this is fantastic for postural correction. So when you're getting the shoulders back into the natural position, much better than this position which we find ourselves in as the day goes on. Okay, so 10 reps of that. The next one, nice and simple, this one, back on the floor. It's a lying knee to chest stretch, okay? So we're going to do 20 seconds on each side. So what we're looking for here is for the head, the neck and the shoulders to be nice and comfortable, flat on the floor. Bring one leg up and then just gently with the arms pull that in towards the chest. Okay, now hold that position for 20 seconds. Do a big exhalation. Let all the breath out of the body and then maybe see if you can pull a little bit tighter in. When that diaphragm relaxes, you should get a little bit more mobility. So you should feel a nice stretch in the glute here. That's about 20 seconds. We'll try the other leg. As I say, it's the gluteus maximus that's going to get the best effects out of this. Nice big deep breaths while we're doing these stretches. Get the most mobility out of it we can. Okay, right, awesome. So our next one, and this is the one I've been dreading because my hips and groin are not the most mobile. It's a sitting rotational hip stretch, okay? We're going to do this for 20 seconds on each side again. So what you want to do is get your front foot on its angle, directly in front of the body, have that back leg, so that it's tucked in behind the butt, okay? Now from this position, you might already be getting a nice stretch through the groin. You can even support yourself on one hand while you do this. You might need to grab the other leg just to support yourself and get the chest up nice and high and balanced. So 20 seconds here. And depending on where you're tightest, you might even feel this on the outside of the hip, the muscles round towards the back. 20 seconds in here. Again, nice big deep breaths. Lovely stretch. So 20 seconds later, we're going to want to change sides and try and replicate this on the other side. Now, almost everyone's going to have one hip that's tighter than the other. In my case, I struggle to work out which one it is, but they're both pretty tight. So if you can, just gently push down on that knee at the front. Just a gentle push. It shouldn't be unpleasant, it shouldn't be painful, but it should just give you that extra little stretch in these groin muscles either side. 20 seconds here. Nice and high. If you're feeling comfortable in this position, some people are, you can lean back a little bit, get a little bit more of a stretch. Or even rotate the torso to look behind you. depending on your level of flexibility. Right, okay, awesome. Our fourth of the 4 exercises is going to be a lying quad stretch. Now, this is a particular favourite of mine, and I'll show you the reason why. 20 seconds on each side. I'm going to start in a straight leg position. The top leg is going to come up behind. I'm going to grab that ankle and pull. Now, if you've got any knee problems or knee pain conditions, you should avoid this one and just hold it gently at the most. We're holding it for 20 seconds. The reason I like this particularly is that it takes all the balance out of the usual stood version of this. So you should feel a nice stretch down the front of the quad, down the front of the thigh muscles, maybe even into the hip flexor. Okay, let's swap over legs and do the same on the opposite side. We've probably all been there when you're trying to do a quad stretch. You stood up, maybe before starting a 5-a-side match or something, push the hips far forward, and you're not really doing it because you're spending so much energy and time and brain power trying to balance on one foot. So the knees come apart, the hips start to bend forward as you balance it, and all of a sudden the quad's not getting stretched. So this way, we can focus on the important stuff, which is getting that ankle right up to the butt. Awesome. Okay, great stuff, guys. So we have completed our first round. 2 more rounds of these to go. Okay, so back to thumbs out again. So get those arms all the way back, really outwardly rotate the shoulders. It's really good for the shoulder joint. Of course, the shoulder's not just a single joint on its own. It's got a lot of complex connections with other parts of the upper body, such as the rib cage, the neck, the shoulder blades. This is fantastic for posture. You felt your shoulders creeping forward as the day goes on, as you get tired, maybe a little stressed. This is a fantastic little reconnection with how you like to stand, or how your body would like us to stand. Awesome stuff. Right, brilliant. So back to the lying knee chest stretch. I'm going to show you on a slightly different angle how you can maybe get a little bit more out of this as well. So remember that head's relaxed, shoulders are back on the floor, knee up towards the chest. If that's comfortable enough and you don't feel much of a stretch in the glute, if you pull it gently, very gently towards the opposite shoulder. So with your left leg, you're pulling it towards the right shoulder. So it's coming cross body. What you might find now is that suddenly that glute gets a lot tighter. You feel a lot more tension there. It's still the same amount of time, 20 seconds, but you'll find it's a little bit more intense. Don't forget that big exhalation. Put the same the opposite leg. Okay. Brilliant stuff. Okay, right, awesome guys. So we're going back to a rotational hip stretch again. We'll start on the same side. So get the foot in front, get that other foot nice tucked in behind you, and try and sit up as straight as you can. Like I say, you can balance on one hand if that's comfortable for you. Just want to make sure you get a nice stretch through the groin. And again, if you're one of those super flexible people, you're lucky people, do a little bit of a reach and face behind you, maybe a little bit of a stretch backwards. Just move around, just see where you find the areas of tension, and gently just push those boundaries, but very gently. It's about stretching today. Right, okay, good stuff. Over 20 seconds on the other side. Okay. Now these should get easier as you do them. In almost all cases with stretches, you do a few rounds, you'll find that your flexibility and mobility should have improved, even in that short time. And if you're doing this with the music off, with maybe kids or pets or spouses in another room, maybe it's just a chance for you to breathe and reconnect. Not to get too new agey about it, but it's nice just sometimes to be able to turn off a little bit. Right guys, so lying quad stretch again. If you wanted to, you can have a bit of a play, see how different this feels from doing the stood version. You'll notice here I'm keeping my knees nice and close in together. I'm really pushing the hips as far forward as I can. Okay. And in this position, what should happen is not only the quad muscles are getting a stretch, but also it could creep up into the hip flexor area, which for many of us sat down for much today, is going to be an area of tightness. Okay. Right. Okay, let's swap sides. And we'll complete this round on the second side. Okay. Bottom leg straight, top leg bent, shoulders relaxed, and a gentle stretch. So as I mentioned before, this isn't unique to cycling. These exercises, although are particularly good if you're using your glutes, your quads, obviously, for your legs, and also leaning forward over the handlebars. Also really good if you're running. And on the running club today, the virtual running club, it's the long, slow run. So it's a good idea to get a good stretch in the legs before you go out for that extra long run. So last set of thumbs out. We're going to get in and out with those thumbs. Really, if you can, really exaggerate that movement. We really want the shoulders to be pulling back. Awesome. I hope you guys have all got something nice planned for lunch. Morning's been taken up with a bit of coaching, a bit of admin. We're going to get into cooking mode shortly. Right, lying knee to chest stretch. Our last set of these today. So again, pick the version you like the best. You can be pulling slightly across the body if you find that comfortable. Not too comfortable, mind. We do want it to actually push the boundaries of where your mobility is slightly right now. And this is a nice little combination that you can add in, a couple of times a week perhaps. Doesn't have to just be a one-off. Obviously these videos do remain on demand for some time. They should all be freely available. You should be able to find them really easily with the tags on the Facebook group. Nice and relaxed in the head and the shoulders. We don't want to be tensed up there, tense enough throughout the day. Just a nice pull. Okay, awesome. Right, our last now of the sitting rotational hip stretch, which is a bit of a mouthful. Let's get ourselves the right way around. Okay, front leg in front, obviously. Back leg tucked in behind the butt. We're going to hold that position. Now, I have now been able to get up off that hand, and you notice to begin with I was having to balance a little bit and take some of the pressure off. Actually, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable. And that just goes to show sometimes you do get a nice benefit even within a short space of time. Okay, right, 20 seconds on the other side. Okay, now you can gently just push down on that knee, just a gentle push. This is working some of those real deep groin muscles. I want to get very, very tight when we're sat down. Okay. And guys, just about there. Okay, lying quad stretch to finish. So straight leg underneath, bent leg on top. I'm going to hold that position. Don't forget, push those hips as far forward as you can comfortably. We'll get a lovely stretch down the front of those muscles. Okay, right, just about there. Second leg, And we're done, and you should be feeling hopefully nice and relaxed, as relaxed as we can be, given the circumstances, and hopefully set up for a good productive afternoon. Feeling maybe a little bit more limber, maybe a little bit more flexible, and maybe feeling good for a workout later on if you've not managed one so far today. Be great to know what you guys have got planned for the rest of the day, so let us know in the comments. And of course, as always, please do give us some feedback on these videos. We really appreciate you guys tuning in and telling us what you think. And we are done. Okay, well thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I hope that was beneficial, and I will see you all again soon, I hope. Take care, bye now.